Hi, you guys. So I kind of wanted to talk about a situation regarding the man versus woman and how it relates so much to the Bible and how much it relates like on the reasons on why um people have been blaming the women for not taking up their part, or the women have been blaming the man for not taking up their part as well, and raising their kids and living a fulfillment life and living a good life and just doing things in the nature of how it's supposed to be made or how it's supposed to be done. First of all, let's just talk about this. No one actually knows exactly how things are supposed to be made, how things are supposed to be done, how things are supposed to be meant to be until they actually got to the set term of age on how things really are supposed to be. Like we didn't know exactly how to live a life. Like no one really has an actual book that describes on how to live a perfect life, because no one really knows what a perfect life is, and no one doesn't really know what they're doing anyway. Everybody doesn't really know what they're doing in this life, that we're just doing it. And then it's like, for the older generations, the younger generations are looking at the older generations as far as, okay, what do you do? What steps do you take, okay, to actually live a successful, fulfilled life, to where we can teach the younger people how to actually do things the right way and learn from our mistakes. But then at the same time, the way that the timelines were actually made, it's like, okay, like there were so many different timelines to where it was like, okay, at certain points, it was the man's fault because the mans didn't really do their job in the household. And then it was the woman's fault because they really didn't do their job in the household. So it's like at the same part, it's like at the end of the day, from the man versus the woman, it's really no one's fault. Like everybody just was doing their part, and it was like there were so many rules and regulations on what you should be doing and how you should be doing things that no one really had any control of how they were supposed to do things anyway. But I'm just gonna read a passage from this book, The Measure of a Woman. I've had this book for a very long time. My mother gave it to me. It was passed out from my mother. All right, and this is just basically displaying passages from the Bible itself and giving me key details and cores of what this is, right? So let's just go from the excerpt, the passage from what is being told here, okay? So I'm just going to read Communicating God's Character. It says, the phrase to teach what is good actually comes from one Greek word. It starts with a K. It's a fucking long ass shit. I don't know what the fuck that is. And then it says teacher, all right? And kalos refers to something that is morally good, noble, praiseworthy, and blameless. In fact, Paul uses kalos, translated as good, a few sentences later when he exhorted Titus regarding his ministry to young men. Similarly, encouraged the young man to be self-controlled, and everything set them an example by doing what is good, kalos. In your teaching, show integrity, seriousness, and soundness of speech that cannot be condemned. Titus 2:6-8. Modeling the biblical truth, this passage clearly explains what Paul meant when he instructed Titus to teach the older woman to teach what is good, 2 and 3. Note again that Paul's focus in verse 7 is primarily on being an example to the young men. Before Titus could effectively teach what is good, he was to do what is good, okay? This is the same message he was conveyed to the older woman in Crete. They were to be reverent in the way they lived so that they could effectively train the younger woman how to live the Christian life in all of their relationships. Verse 4-5. As we stated in chapter 2, modeling is a foundational concept in the New Testament communication. In order to help older women grasp this two-dimensional teaching and training process, Titus was to exemplify this quality in his own teaching, okay? So he had to basically, in order to teach someone how to be something, they have to actually live that life themselves, or else they will be a coward. So if you were to teach the younger crowd what it is to be good, you must first be good so they can have something that they can use as far as mentor. I saw that you were being living a good life. I saw that you did this. I saw that you took the steps, and now I'm using that in my own practice. I'm using that in my own training. Okay. So so to build a model for effective teaching, Paul listed 3 attributes. Titus was to practice what he taught to show integrity in his teachings. He was to earn the privilege of being heard by communicating with seriousness. And to content of his teaching was to reflect soundness of speech, to be carefully and accurately presented. Otherwise, those who were in opposition to Christ and the trustworthy message, Titus 1 through 9, would be able to attack Titus' character and hurt the cause of Christ. However, if Titus set an example by doing what is good in everything in every way, his opposition would be put to shame and would ultimately be silenced. Again, this is an elaboration on what Paul had in mind for older women who were to train younger women. In exhorting Titus to be an example as he taught younger men, Paul was explaining what he meant when he wrote that older women were to teach what is good to younger women. Okay, so that being said, back in the terms, okay, I'm just going to set an example of how this all plays out, because I did an example of this before. I made a video of this before, but I didn't put it out because I felt as though I was just way too strong, and I felt as though I was saying things that made a lot of sense. It would have been a great topic to talk about, but at the same time, I have to come. I deleted the video because I have to come in a way that is going to be more understandable and not blame all. Okay. Now, the male and the female honestly doesn't have, like, there's no way of blaming either side, because honestly, there's so many examples of where the male was wrong, and there were so many examples of the female was wrong. Like, for instance, during slavery time, not to bring up slavery like that, but during slavery time, like let's be realistic here. The masculines will be out in the field, as well as the feminines, right? But while we're working, while we're out on this field picking cotton and seeing the cotton being fucking burned right beside us, fucking, because they were just them, right? It was like you're out on the field, you're working and everything like that, while these people are like literally sitting, like just watching the whole fucking thing, and beating you at the same time. But at the same time, the slave masters will come out and pick whatever woman they wanted to rape that day. So it's like you looking at your woman, it could have been your wife, it could have been the mother of your child, it could have been anyone, right? You looking at your woman getting pulled into the fucking house to get raped, and it's just like, okay, you barely did shit, because it's like, okay, you're afraid to get killed, but then at the same time, you really didn't do shit, so you didn't really set an example for the next guy who was about to get their wife raped anyway. And if you did, then you would have got beaten, and you would have gotten killed for it, right? So now everybody else is scared, but no one's really doing shit. So it's like, okay, now it's your fault because you didn't really protect your woman, you didn't really protect your female. Like, you just let her just do shit, and then now she got to come back out after the whole shit just to be beside you, and you can't even say something to her. Like, you can't even look at her, because what you really gonna say? And then as far as the females, like, okay, you still in the wrong, because, like, first of all, now let's give another example, because now let's bring this up to a couple years later, a couple of times later, not even a couple years later, because slavery was going on for a very long time. But let's get to a part where slavery is over and now we're all pretty much free, because no one's really fucking free. Let's just be realistic here. We're still getting controlled. We're still in pretty much slavery time, and it's just in the mental right now. But it's really not. But it is. But it's not. But it is. But it's not. But it is. But it's not. But it is. But it's. but it's not, but it is, but it's not, but it is. Anyway, to where it's like, okay, the male is he's going to fucking work now. Now he's able to go to fucking work. Now he's able to actually get money for himself. Now he's able to bring the money home to feed the kids and everything like that. But like, what you doing while you're doing housework and everything like that? But now you got to go to all these other people's houses to go borrow some milk or go get some eggs and shit like that, or go get, borrow some fucking sugar or a piece of fabric to put towards your dresses and shit, or this damn ball and shit, or this small little get together gathering and shit. But you know for a solid fact that half of y'all was over at the next door neighbor's house getting your little cake on. So now you in the wrong, because now you don't even know who the fuck your child is, your baby father is, and it's just like you're in the wrong. Let's just be realistic. Some of y'all wasn't getting it from y'all mans, because he was out working the whole entire time, and you needed to get your little rocks on, so that's what you did. But it's all actions that literally is put place to this day. There's so many situations in this life where there's so many females who man is really at work getting his work on, and while he's at work, you over here messing around. And it's still happening to this day. There's still times where it's like the masculines, it's just like in the slavery time, there's still masculines to this day who literally allow their females to go do whatever the fuck, and they be the ones who typing them up. Babe, you just go lay down with this guy, we can help raise the money for the fucking rent. What the fuck? But then y'all want to say, oh, it's the masculine's fault, oh, it's the feminine's fault, oh, it's this and that. No, it's both of y'all. It's nobody's fault but everybody else. Y'all made y'all bed, now y'all gotta lay in it type shit. Like, it's just, there's so many situations where it's just like, we going back to the root cause, and the root cause is still leading up to this day. Like, there's so many situations where it's just like, we're still doing the same fucking things your ancestors, your ancestors was pretty much doing. Like, you still doing the same shit. Like, it's just like you didn't learn the lesson and you still want to do the same lessons. Strippers wasn't just made strippers to this day. Like, this is not some new shit. Like, strippers was like here back in the day, and they were just called Jezebels. After it was called Jezebels, it was called Round Around Girls. After it was called Round Around Girls, it was called Fast Girls. It's just the same fucking situations, just different names. For real. And I'm not lying about this situation, because you could watch Game of Thrones. You could watch so many situations, so many movies that says the same thing, that's doing the same things. So many people are getting raped and their partner's not saying shit about it. There's so many situations where people are literally stuck on drugs and they have to it's the same fucking thing. So it's nobody's situation. It's nobody to blame for but themselves. But it's like, y'all want to make it a war between man and woman, and it's really not. Like, there's no war, because we're all in the wrong here. At the end of the day, we're all in the wrong. You can't teach a boy how to be a man if you are not a man. All because you're grown doesn't mean you're a man. You're a man child. All because you reach a certain age, you're not a fucking man, bro. You're still childish as fuck. And I know a handful of old people who are still in their childish high school's ways because they don't want to be young again. They still want to party and hang around the same age group. How are you 40 years old and you partying with 20-year-olds? And you think that's okay? I know parents, my own parents, who still do the same fucking shit, bro. Because they want to be children again. But you grown as fuck. And then you blame the female. No, it's not. Like, and then you blame the male. Like, it's you. There's no if, ands, or but about it. There's no, oh, let's blame the masculinists. Oh, let's blame the feminists. No, everybody played a part in everything. Okay? And it's not like this is the first time that this shit happened. You know how many times we don't freaking did this shit? We had to freaking do this shit 3, 4, 8 fucking times, and we still can't even get it right. That's what the Big Bang Theory is about. But nobody want to talk about that shit, right? It's just like, I don't know, bro. Everybody wants to blame somebody, but they don't want to blame their fucking self, because everybody hates the truth, and everybody has all these questions, but they don't want to get to the core solution. I don't know, like, it's just, and then for the females, I know for a fact that y'all know. I know for a fact that y'all didn't fix y'all lips and say that I can raise a daughter. You know how many broken females are in this damn world who don't even fucking know themselves? So they have to follow other people because they don't even know themselves. You are, first of all, you are not like the next person. And that's for everybody, male or female. It don't really matter. It don't really matter your sex, your age, whatever. You are your own person. You didn't come into this world and attach yourself to a whole different person. That's not how this works. You are your own soul. You are your own spirit. So for you to compare yourself to a whole different person who is not even you, who has a whole different life as you, you decided to come into this life and be a follower? I'm confused. You literally said, hey, I'm so scared to live my own purpose, my own life, my own destiny, that I have to come into this life and compare myself and contrast myself and follow the crowd instead of being my own soul spirit person. And you said that was okay. And quite frankly, there is 10,000 billion people in this world, and half of them, actually more than half of them, are followers than leaders, because they're so afraid to be themselves. That, beyond me, is really just, oh my gosh, it's so weird. And that's why there is no competition between the male and female, because majority of y'all are following each other. How the fuck is it 10,000 fucking families in this world, but everybody got the same life story? Y'all following each other. How does it's like, oh, you don't understand me. You can't understand how I went to. But if you talk to someone else about the same situation that you went through, then someone can relate to it because they went through the same shit, because you're all following each other. Nobody doesn't want to talk about that. And it's just like, at some point, when are we going to really talk about that? When are we really going to say the truth here? Stop following the next person and be your own self. And then don't teach someone anything if you haven't even learned what you're supposed to be learning anyway. You don't even know who you are, but yet you want to raise your lips to fix somebody, raise your lips to teach someone. You need to teach yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to follow your own path and figure out who the fuck you are, because this whole thing is fake as fuck. I don't like fake ass people. I really don't. Because how you live this whole entire life, you 26, 28, 32, and you still don't even know who you are. When are you going to learn? When are you going to know who you are? When are you going to know who the fuck you're supposed to be doing? When are you going to know what you're supposed to be doing? Do you even know what is your life destiny? What do you supposed to be doing on this earth, first of all? Who are you? You sound like a fucking, like, mock or something like that. Like, you're a robot type shit. Like, how do you came all this way and you still don't even know who you are, bro? And you can't even tell me that's because of how you was raised. Nah, like, because at some point you would have had to figure it out. At some point you would have had to go to the drawing board and be like, you know what? Who am I, really? Like, you made it this far and didn't figure out who you were. And then you had the luxury to raise your lips to go teach somebody else on who they are. So now y'all all teaching everybody what not to do. But y'all think it's right. And then everybody's walking around this lifetime thinking that this shit is right. They supposed to live this unsuccessful life. No. And then for family members who think that it's okay to really just stir your family in the wrong direction because you don't have anything going for yourself, y'all fake as fuck. I hope the Most High just, you right one good time. Just drop your ass. Right one good time. That's your family, bro. That's your blood. That's a part of your bloodline. And you really stir them to the direction on where they're not supposed to go because you don't have anything going for yourself. That's also what this poisoning and this magic shit and this trying to kill your family member shit. Like, I know you did not fix your mindset to try to kill one of your family members, one of your bloodlines, because you don't got anything going for yourself, because you're jealous, because they're gonna do and be successful without you, and you're so mad that you would rather kill somebody. Bitch, kill yourself. Hurt yourself, poison yourself. You really thought, oh my gosh, it's like, I'm mad for y'all. I'm very disappointed in these actions of these people. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. And for all you black sheeps out there, I feel so bad for y'all. Because I'm a black sheep my damn self. And it's just like, we literally have to teach people how to fucking live their life, even though they're older than us. And they still don't want to listen. And they want to get mad because we know what's right and they know what's wrong. And they would rather live a wrong life than a right life. And now they want to take us out because they're wrong. How you getting mad at me? We're trying to teach you what's good. And you only live, breathe, talk bad. Live, breathe, talk negativity, Luciferian action, and now you want to get mad at me because I want to teach you what's good. Because I'm a good person. Don't ever raise your lips to try to teach someone if you don't even know who the fuck you are, your damn self. Or if you don't even have anything good going for yourself. Period. Like, what? You don't got shit going for yourself. Your business is failing. Your life is failing. You don't got no relationship. You 40 years old and still can't even get a man. Still can't even keep a man. You want to mess around. You 40 years old, but you want to mess around with all these 17-year-olds, 20-year-olds. But yet you want to come and tell me how the fuck I should be living my life. But yet you over here doing some dumb shit. I just can't. I can't. It's weird. And then you want to get mad at me and want to fight me because I know what the fuck is right and what the fuck I'm not about to do. Oh, we your family, so we doing these crimes together, head ass. Bitch, leave me out of this. I never even said I wanted to even be in this. In fact, for these families who think that it was supposed to be, you have so much control over me because you brought me into this lifetime, I never even asked to be here. I didn't. I never said that I wanted to come in here. You decided to not swallow me like you don't swallow all the other children and made me. You could have just swallowed me. You swallowed all the other ones. What is so different about me? You didn't have the little gag today? What the fuck? And then you're going to make it seem like, oh, I'm going to literally hurt you because you don't want to do this. Bitch, I never even said I wanted to be here. I never said I wanted to be here. I don't think anyone said they wanted to be here, to be honest. Who decided at an infant age that they wanted to be here? Who said that? I don't even know how to fucking wipe my ass. I don't even know how to speak. But yet you thought I had the luxury of telling you that I wanted to be here. Nobody wanted to be here. I don't think anyone wanted to be here, to be honest. But don't make it seem like I gotta do this because you said it. And then why do you think that you have that much control over my life? I reached a certain age. Once you reach the age of 18, at this point, you don't have no control over anyone's life. You don't. You don't. Because whatever y'all suggesting, it don't even make any sense to me. Especially if y'all Luciferian negative energy. If you bad, and I'm a good person, then there is nothing you should be telling me. At this point, I got this. I can handle this myself. In fact, I did. And this is not going to no one. This is not about no one. This is just saying, like, what the fuck? Because I know all these people got all these, opinions and questions and shit. And it's just like, at this point, what the fuck? Really? But let's see. Let's see. Flipping the page here. It says, sorry, my throat is, anyway. It says, note at this point that Paul did not exhort Titus to teach the younger woman, at least in the specific areas he outlined, which he'll, bitch, why can't I speak? Let me just go back. Note at this point that Paul did not exhort Titus to teach the younger woman, at least in the specific areas he outlined, which we will look at carefully in the next chapter. Rather, Titus was to equip the older women to carry out this task. This does not mean that Titus wasn't to teach all age groups what is in accord with sound doctrine, but when it came to guiding the younger women in the rather personal and intimate issues regarding their relationships with their husbands and children's, he was to teach the older women to fulfill this responsibility. The reasons are obvious. First, godly older women can communicate with younger women in ways that men cannot. That's very true. Because, yeah, it's for real. These are women-to-women issues. Being a man, Titus cannot identify experimentally with these issues. Second, Titus was a relatively young man who was probably single. Paul wanted to ensure that Titus would not create a vulnerable situation for either himself or the young woman in these local churches. We see Paul's same concern for Timothy when he was ministering in Ephesus. He was to treat younger men as brothers, older women as mothers, and younger women as sisters with absolutely purity. Okay, so like what I'm saying is basically for older women to teach younger women how to do things, teach younger women how to live this life, we have to actually see someone who is older that can actually do that. And honestly, what I'm going to say, the only person that I know that can do this situation is literally the older woman who is that grandma that, that grandma, that neighborhood grandma that everybody goes to get like advice from, because she really don't play those games, and she might, speak very long, and she might like hug you extremely tightly, but she gonna tell you how it really is. And I feel as though I'm like one of them, but I'm just in this young ass body. I'm gonna tell you how you should be living your life. I'm gonna tell you how you should be doing things, but at the same time, I'm gonna let you know if you're doing something wrong. Because I know you didn't go to your neighbor's house to go mess on with your cousins, and then you ended up messing with the whole entire cousin group. So how you messing with the whole cousin group and they all know, and now they view you as a hoe, but you swear up and down that you're not a hoe? It's just like, what? It's just like there's so many. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Go on your little journey, young woman. Go on your little journey, but at the end of the day, you know you a hoe, right? You know you doing hoe them shit, right? It's just like, you just gonna have to pick a different name for yourself. And I don't want you to get mad at me and want to fight me, because I will flip your ass. But like at the same time, I want you to know, like, listen, be really honest with yourself here. You can do whatever the fuck you want in this lifetime. You can. It's just that you're gonna have to be honest here. If you are a hoe, then just say it. If you are a fuck boy, fuck girl, then just say it. But don't go and teach someone who's not a hoe how to be a hoe. And then don't go and say that you're so godly and you're so this and you're so that when you're not. Like, for me, I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual, but I do work for God. You feel me? That's the only person I work for, God. And I do read the Bible and I do read shit. You feel me? Like, but at the same time, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. If I want to go fuck, I want to go fuck. But I'm not gonna fuck everybody else. It's just like, you're just gonna have to actually. You know what? I've been celibate for a little bit too long, but it's like, it's only because I don't want to give myself to anyone who I don't want to give myself to. And kudos to you if you get your rocks on every single day. Because, girly, if I had somebody to give my rocks to every single day, then I will. Period. But you're going to have to wife me first. I'm not going to just give it to anybody. You're going to have to wife me. You're going to have to put a ring on me, okay? Ain't no little, hey, let's get it off real quick. No, the fuck we're not. I've been down that stage before plenty of times, and I'm done with that shit. That's some game shit. No. You're trying to get me trapped, and I'm just not, because you're not going to pay for this damn baby but me. Trust me, I will leave your kid at Walmart and walk the fuck away. The fuck? No, the fuck we're not. Take them to one of the city. Kids can do what they want to do. You finna stay the fuck right here, child. This is not my child anymore. Bye. Because you want to do your dick everywhere. So I'm not gonna want to do nothing. Stay my ass home. Or close my legs. Shit. But listen. At the end of the day, it's really no one's fault, because it's like, we all did what we wanted to do for the 20th time, because we don't came to this shit and did the same shit and no one did it progress or nothing. Everybody, it just keeps going bad. Every time we come back into this life, it's the same fucking shit, and I'm sick of it. And then y'all want to have wars and shit. Y'all really know that these wars was literally created just to distract y'all, right? There's no war here. And if it is, it's not even supposed to be a war. It's not even supposed to be a back and forth situation, because we didn't even create this damn war. You know that, right? This war was created from the higher ups. But y'all don't want to talk about that. So, but it wasn't our fault. Like, it's just, at the end of the day, there's no reason for us to be fighting. We need to be talking about real issues. Stop talking about, oh, it's the man's fault. Oh, it's the woman's fault. It's no one's fault. No one didn't do anything wrong but play their part. And apparently, we all lost the fucking game. We all lost. Everyone lost. Again. So sick and tired of us losing. Can we win at one time? Can we win for once? Damn. It's like, how many times are we going to lose until we get it right? Apparently 28 times, huh? It just keeps going over and over again. But anyway, at the end of the day, no one lost. No one won. It's just the way it is. No, there's no reason for it to be the masculine's fault. It's no reason for it to be the feminine's fault, because it's nobody's fault. We didn't make this up. Like, we didn't make this. It made us, really. And then it divided us. So the masculines who's hating on the feminines, it's like, what? What are you hating on me for? You gonna need me. You need me more than I need you. We can do this without you, to be honest. You need me more than I need you. And the only reason why we need you is to create. You need our portal, which is our womb, because everything comes from the womb, to create. That's the only thing that we need you for. And because we're feminines, we love emotions. We want love. Come on. And you want to get your rocks off. Who you going to go to? Ooh. And y'all know at the end of the day, because y'all swear that y'all hate drama, but y'all be the main people that's in drama. We don't switch to the point where we're tapping into our masculine side more than our feminine side for the feminines. We don't even we running away from the drama. You the ones who starting the drama now. But yeah, it's all about us. Yeah, it's our fault. No, the fuck it's not. It really isn't. Sometimes it's our fault, and sometimes we do have to get accountability for that, because majority of the time it's us doing dumb shit because we're bored, because there ain't nothing happening, because y'all want to come do some dumb shit. But then at the same time, it's really nobody's fault. It really isn't. For real though, it's no one's fault. So stop blaming yourself. Stop making a whole entire big scene about it, because it's really not. It really isn't. Can we just come together for once? Can we just like agree that it's no one's fault at the end of the day? Can we stop doing this war against the males and the females? And then for the melanated guys who's having a whole entire war on the melanated women. First and foremost, you know your ancestors is gonna whoop your ass. You know they don't play that. You know they don't play that. They gonna come back and whoop your ass. That's why you've been getting a lot of Jezebels lately, if you didn't notice. Because we see everything, and we don't play that. I know you did not just speak about us, but you came from us. And you know we go back a very long way. You know we reincarnate in every single melanated body. We don't just stop, die, and then that's it. We reincarnate. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we remember. We remember a lot of the times where you gave us the fuck up. You know that, right? We remember. Swear the fuck y'all did not. In fact, we don't just reincarnate. We jump into your body and fulfill what the fuck. So if your bloodline don't disrespected us and sacrificed us, then you know we can jump into another bloodline to fulfill that role, right? Y'all gotta stop this melanated male against the melanated female, because the melanated females are coming the fuck back. They not stopping at all. And it's really us that really be fixing shit. How the fuck we fixing shit and you be the same person that it's just like it is a planned war that we didn't even create it. It was the fucking government and elites who did this shit. You know that, right? I can't fucking... I'm not gonna speak on it, but I'm gonna speak on it, feel me? They did that for a reason. They did that for a fucking reason, and y'all stayed on getting it. Y'all not getting it. What made you think? Like, you really gotta think about that. You really gotta actually take your head from your dick and actually pay attention to what the fuck is going on. Oh, because my brothers hate the other. Oh, because my brothers hate melanin females and I'm a melanin guy, that means I gotta just stay with them and do this. No, the fuck you don't. Who said that? Oh, they're calling me weak because I'm not doing the fuck that they doing. Bitch, who cares? I know you can live your life without them. And when you get this ass whipping, you're gonna reconsider. So understand who the fuck we are at the end of the day. And it's a lot of ancestor high priestesses out there. You know that, right? Keep getting your ass whooping. I'm not going to tell you nothing more. Keep getting your ass whooping. Keep getting a lot of these Jezebels who's trapping your ass for a reason. And you swear that they giving you headaches. You swear that they messing with your mindset. Well, what you did in your last life? what you did to what you said about these females, though. You called her a bitch, right? Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop talking about that situation. I'm just gonna let you figure it out. I'm gonna let you figure it out because you so smart, right? You swear you smarter than the rest, right? I'm gonna let you figure it out. You gonna figure it out. And for any other race who think that they really gonna win at the end of the day, y'all know for a fact y'all need us, right? It's just, I can't. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm over the situation, bro. I really am. Because y'all swear y'all know everything. But being spiritual, man, you go through that rabbit hole, y'all gonna figure it out. I'm not even gonna tell y'all no more. Y'all gonna figure it out. Anyway, at the end of the day, just know that this war was planned. It was planned for centuries, for generations, for lifetimes. It was planned. Let's figure out how this is gonna end. Let's figure it out. We're gonna figure it out together, guys. We're gonna figure it out together. Let's see who actually ends at the end of the day. And then when y'all come back to this video and y'all realize that I'm really saying some real shit here, y'all gonna be like, oh, okay. So Rose was right. Of course I was fucking right. Of course I was fucking right. It's alright. Y'all gonna figure it out. Give it a couple of years. Come back to this video whenever you see it. But y'all hope y'all enjoy y'all day, y'all week, y'all month. Alright. Stay true to yourself. Don't forget to smile. Alright. Enjoy your day. Alright. Love y'all. Bye.